There's one bit of gear that'll cost you nothing more to run than a little bit of free sunshine, and that of course is solar panels. There are 3 different types of cells that you can choose from. There's amorphous, monocrystalline and polycrystalline. Polycrystalline are less efficient than monocrystalline cells and need more surface area for the same output. Both types need to be as perpendicular to the sun as possible for best performance. Amorphous panels have the most efficient solar cell, although they do require twice as much surface area for the same power output as a monocrystalline blanket or panel. They are more flexible though and can handle higher temperatures better without output being affected. Amorphous cells are constructed from a fine layer of silicon which makes the solar panels more flexible and lighter. Amorphous cells also perform better in low light conditions compared to crystalline cells. So how much solar do you actually need to keep batteries charged when free camping? There are many variables such as how much power you draw and how much sun the panels actually get to produce charge, but a rough rule of thumb is about 250 watts of nominal 12-volt solar panels can belt approximately 50 amp hours back into the house battery each day. Solar calculators like this one from Redarc's website are also a handy way of calculating your solar needs. Solar panels require a regulator so that the voltage going into the battery is consistent. A maximum power point tracking solar regulator is the smartest type because it will find the best point at which the panels will achieve the maximum power from the cell to ensure you get the most power possible from your solar panels at any point in time. So how do you work out which 12-volt battery system and which charging method is best for you? For starters, you need to whip out the calculator and do some sums to see what gear you typically use and how much power it sucks up. For example, you have 6 LED downlights in your van, each one rated at 3.5 watts. First, multiply the number of lights you have by the rated watts per light. Then divide by 12 volts to get the amps, the light draw. Then multiply this by the number of hours you'll run them. Let's say 4 hours. In this example, you're pulling a total of 7 amp hours out of the battery a day. Then you've got your 60-watt compressor fridge. That fridge will use 5 amps per hour, but only when the compressor is running. To give you a rough example, so the compressor runs about 15% of the time and you have 0.75 amps. Multiply that by 24 hours and you have 18 amp hours. With just these 2 basic camping requirements, you're using 25 amp hours a day. With a 100 amp hour AGM battery, you'll get 2 days use out of it before it's dropped to its safe state of minimum charge and needs to be recharged. Remember, you don't want to completely drain your AGM battery because this will reduce its lifespan. So as you've seen, there's a fair bit to get your head around to set up a spot-on RV power system. Do your homework, buy the best gear within your budget, and also be realistic about how much electrical power you really need to use. Then all that's left to do is enjoy your next bush camp with plenty of power on tap.